Hey everybody, welcome back to the Resistance Book Club. My name is Kita, and this here I am reviewing the Chaos series. It's still ongoing, but so far I figured to do a review for the ones that are currently out. So let's sit back and let's get to it. All right, so I had the pleasure of getting these books as an arc. Please tell me why it took me so long to even do this video. I don't know. I just remember like, oh my God, I forgot to do a video of this review because I said I love the series so far. Like it's so good. So I have to talk about it. So yes. The Chaos series is actually written by A.E. Cosby, and so far it's 3 books with a side book that is currently that just it will be coming out probably by the time I even make this video or upload this video. But so far we're just only going to talk about 3 of the books so far. So let's go. All right, so the first one is the Chaos Wielder, and this here it has you're following Xavier, and Xavier has been content with her life as a bounty hunter. She had control over her own contracts, got to sleep where and with whom she wanted, and could drown in the bloodlust that was cage fighting. Even when blackouts threatened to leave her dead in a ditch, she took life for what it was, chaotic. That is until her life is upended when the Angel of Wrath crash lands into New Haven and destroys her city. Xavier is called upon by the Monarch to join a special forces team to find the Chaos Builder, the only being in the world that can defeat the Angel of Wrath. When Xavier falls for 2 males on the team, will she be able to focus on the mission, or will she get swept up in the fire and storm? Child, let me tell you, before we even get to it, I just want to say this is it has a lot of spice in it, and the spice can take it to another level of bondage and toys and choking and all this other stuff. So just so you're aware, if that is not what you're into, this is not for you. It's not for you. But for those that love that type of love that read and the spice and everything of it all, yeah, then this is for you. And yes, there is a throuple going on between the 2 men and Xavier eventually. So, and you build up towards it. It doesn't really like just happen right then and there because I love the way that Cosby goes ahead and like layers it for the 2 males because they have to like come to it on their own and have to be willing participants in that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then eventually, yeah, it just kind of like blossoms and, it's crazy. Now, this world, this dark urban world, um, it has all of the trappings of like supernatural angels and demons and bounty hunters to assassins and special forces and all of that. All of that just to take down this angel who has literally bring havoc onto this world. And it's literally in its own world. Okay. U Haven is like literally made up. The whole world is made up, but I love it. I love it. I loved everything about this book. This one here, I had to give it a 5 because after reading the other 2, I was like, that one is really strong. That one is really strong. And especially the way it ended, left you off a cliffhanger for sure. And yeah, you're leaving like wanting more. Love the characters. You not only are you following Xavier, but you are following the two males that are in there, and I forgot their names because it's been a while since I read it. So the fact that you are following them and literally is on this journey of not only exploring the relationships between each other, exploring, the traumas that have happened, um, with each and every one of them, for them to even get to the place of loving each other all at the same time. I thought it was actually pretty cool. And one of the best things about this book is that she actually has a playlist. And the playlist is a music playlist. She comes up with her own, or they come up with their own music, because she does go by she and they. Forgot. Um, they come up with their own playlist, and I listened to all of the tracks that were on there. You can listen to it on Spotify. I actually ended up listening to it on YouTube. I just did, like whatever was set on to play, that's, went ahead and hit it on YouTube and just let it play. It's so good. It literally happens like during the fight scenes and during the spice. But I love all of the tracks. I really did. It really helped to kind of bring the story to life. It's kind of like an adrenaline rush, I want to say, when you're reading it, and it plays like a movie, um, like a Zack Snyder on steroids type of movie. I know he had that zombie movie, so think of something like that. But then just remember that it has angels and demons and all that other stuff. So yeah, I loved it all. Like it was definitely great to see like an author take this and kind of like made this world and then created a music playlist and all of that. I thought it was just wonderful. So yeah, now, with that said, once it left off this cliffhanger from book one, I had to ask them, like, can I just go to the second book, or do I really have to go to this in between book? And they say, no, like, you really have to read that in between book because it will help you to get all the information that you need for book two. I said, okay, not a problem. Let's just go ahead and read it. So the second, or the 1.5 in the series, is Death and Shadow. It's a forbidden paranormal romance. And clearly, I mean, just look at the cover. The cover is awesome. And so this here, the relationships between deities and angels are forbidden in the six realms. When chaos stirs on New Haven and the number of deaths increases, Orcus is flooded with animals that need processing. Axton, the deity of death and war, must work closely with his executive partner, Serendil, or Serendil. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I could be right either way. Serendil, the angel of night and shadows. Even after knowing each other for centuries, they fought their growing attraction to each other. One spark could end it all. Their war is full of chaos. Their love is forbidden, but they will risk it all because love is the only thing that matters. They were two swirling supernovas bound for impact, and they weren't sure they wanted to stop it. How will they move forward, knowing that their relationship could result in death or worse, the destruction of the realm? So yeah, this here is more of, like I said, it's like a 1.5, but it's also a prequel to book one and two. But the way that you read it is read Chaos Wilder first, and then Death and Shadow second, and then the next one. This one here was so good. It was short. It was short. I enjoyed it. It does give a lot of backstory to what I read in book one. I thought that was great, as well as you can tell that there was some more information that was being given for us to lead up to book two. With that being said, even though we are following Axton and Sarandil is the black female. Um, it was just, yeah, they were heightened on a whole nother level of that spice. Again, if you're into it, you're into it. This is for you if you're into it. If you're not, then don't do it. Also, too, it has some music playlists. Pretty much all of their books have a music playlist in them. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story, enjoyed their love, the way that they was just really trying to fight it off, but then they really couldn't. And, it's just like, boom, like a whole bomb just exploded. And then it just took on a whole nother life. And again, you just get a lot of like backstory, and you get there's more info that needs to be said for us to set up for the next book. So, yeah, it was definitely great. Now, book two, which is called Wrath's Daughter, you gotta love these covers. Eshma, the Angel of Wrath, has returned with plans to rule over New Haven and shape it to her vision, a calamity that only the Chaos Builders team can prevent. As the world continues to spiral into chaos, the team is forced to split up. There is more to the prophecy, and to find the remaining pieces, they'll need new allies if there's any hope of defeating the Angel of Wrath once and for all. When the stakes are this dire, desire and romance are easy distractions. Can they remain focused on their mission while also giving in to their nature? Our heroes will find themselves challenged in ways they never thought possible in this epic, dark, urban fantasy. So, yeah, this here was so good. I'm telling you, it was so good. So, yes, you're still following the team from book one, Xavier, um, and her two men into this here world of dealing with Eshma, the Angel of Wrath, who has wreaked havoc on New Haven, and now they really have to figure out a way to stop her. Um, there is more players in this game. Well, not in this game, in this world that has joined the team. You are finding that there is just, oh my God, there is more to this than what was in book one. And again, because of reading the prequel, or I call it the 1.5 book, it lended everything. Like, then it just kind of like a mind F, if you will. And the spice is still there. I do want to say it's not as spicier as it was in the first book, or even in Death and Shadow, to be honest. I thought it was kind of like toned down a little bit, and that is because of the trauma, the SA of it all, and all of that happened to a particular person, and for that person to kind of find their way into opening up and allowing, someone who really wants to love and cherish them. But yeah, so please, they all have what you call it, the thing to let you know of if there's any violence or anything like that. It will let you know ahead of time. And if you want, you can actually skip those chapters and move on to whatever the next chapter is. For me, I read the whole thing. I didn't care. Like, the whole point is for me to understand the character, understand where they're going in their journey, and I understood it. So, and it really helped. Again, music in this one is top notch. It was so good. I listened to every single track in there, and it was actually pretty awesome. Um, I think, like, to me, the music elevated the books. It really did. It elevated the books to a 10. This one here, again, it was kind of toned down, but I would actually have to give it like a 4.5. But it really set the tone of, okay, I'm ready for this next one. Really ready for the next one. But yeah, the music was just awesome. I loved it. And on top of that, I've never heard any of these artists before. Actually, maybe like one or two you'll recognize. One of them I didn't even know he collaborated with this with this group. Really good. It broadens your mind and opens you up to other songs and music that you have never listened to, and they are out there. But it was so great. It was so great. So love it. I hope I didn't give too much of it away. I don't think I did, because to me, reading it helps. You gotta read it. I would recommend this to anybody that loves that dark urban fantasy, with a lot of spice, thruples, and all of that. Just like I said before, just know that there is trauma essays and all of that in there, but the author lets you know ahead of time, even before you even flip the page, is there to let you know, and then that way you can skip to another chapter. And I thought that was actually pretty awesome. But for me, I just went ahead and skip. Yep, let's go. I need to read. Like, I don't care. I need to see, because my thing is I need to be immersed in the characters, and I need to understand why they made the decisions that they made. Where are they going with their journey, with their life? Is it going for the better? Is it going for the worse? Like, why did they make this decision with this person? You know what I mean? So all of that plays into their life. I need to be immersed in their life. So definitely worth the read if you haven't. It is available on KU, all of them. And yeah, and that's it for this video. I'll let me know down in the comment section if this is something that you want to read. If you just happen to read it, let me know. I always answer. And I will see you in the next one. And this is the way. Peace.